Alba Rueda, a man who identifies as a woman, received an International Women of Courage Award from the White House. It's an International Women of Courage Award. Isn't it International Women's Month? And
yes,
we can't even have that.
No.
You're not even allowed to have that. The men have to be in that too. Now, no normal man wants to be part of this. I'm talking about people who just and not even normal trans people. Most trans people, trans women, wouldn't take the award. They'd be like, you know what, I'm playing in my lane, leave me alone. It's these activists like this person, Alba Rueda, who says that he's a woman, who not only is getting an award, even though he's a biological man, but who campaigned to even change the name of the National Women's Conference to, ready? The Plurinational Conference of Women and Lesbian, Cross-Dressers, Transgenders, Bisexuals, Intersex, and Non-Binary Persons.
I joke all the time. I have a whole stand-up routine about how this is a patriarchy so crafty. I was not a feminist, never really believed in this idea of the patriarchy. Then all of this stuff started happening. I'm like, this is how they stay on top. They were mad. Women started getting ahead, and now they're just gonna turn themselves into women and they can still stay on top. This is the patriarchy so crafty. They will turn themselves into women to stay on top.
It's an interesting theory. I had Britt and Carrie on, our culture warriors, and we were talking about, these are both former beauty queens, former Miss California, and Carrie was Miss USA, right? She won, or she was first runner. I can't remember. Anyway, she was right at the top. We were talking about how even in those pageants now, they're allowing trans women. They're like win the beauty pageants for women. So there's really no space into which we will not allow the patriarchy.
No, they're in prisons now, women's prisons. I mean, even more terrifying and infuriating. This stuff has ramifications, but none so great as when you start letting criminals self-ID into female prisons like they do in California.
Mm-hmm. You know, that is one of the things, if memory serves, that Steven Crowder got a YouTube strike for, ultimately leading to his either demonetization or whatever, punishment from YouTube. He did a skit involving Alex Jones in which a male prisoner pretending to be a trans woman raped a female inmate. And, for a while there, the left was like, that is not a thing. That's not a thing. Well, it is a thing. It is a thing out in California for the female inmates. And all the person has to do is self-identify as trans 2 seconds ago. They don't have to have lived as a trans person. It could be post-conviction as a rapist, a serial rapist of women. You're suddenly a trans woman and you can go into the female prison. It's insane.
I don't know if that skit was demonetized for Alex Jones or rape, or it sounds like there's a lot going on there.
A lot going on. But still, it's pointing attention to an important issue.
No, it's definitely something that doesn't really get enough attention. If you care about these minority women who don't have a voice, you should care the most about this. The fact that people can't conceive that a criminal would lie about being a woman to get inside a prison with women, criminals who have assaulted women and children, is baffling to me. This is I don't understand why there aren't more people speaking out about this all across the political spectrum. This should not be just guys like Steven Crowder speaking up for them and me. There should be liberals who care about this too.
Mudwater is a coffee alternative with 4 adaptogenic mushrooms and Ayurvedic herbs. With only a fraction of caffeine as a cup of coffee, you get energy without the jitters or the crash that comes from coffee. Each ingredient was added for a purpose. Cacao and chai for mood. Doesn't cacao always stop you in your tracks? You don't often see it written, but cacao and chai for mood, and just a hint of caffeine, just a hint. Lion's mane to support focus. I should have had that before I read this ad. Cinnamon for antioxidants, and much, much more. Mud is Whole30 approved, 100% USDA organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher certified. Mudwater donates monthly to the Berkeley Center for the Science of Psychedelics, as Mudwater believes the country is in a mental health epidemic and sees psychedelics as useful tools for individuals with depression, PTSD, anxiety, and other mental health problems. We did a great episode on that. You should check it out. Mud is not wrong. Go to mudwater.com/Megyn, and that is spelled MUDWTR.com/MEGYN. Okay. MUDWTR.com/Megyn to support the show and use that code Megyn Mud for 15% off. MUDWTR.com/Megyn. Use the code Megyn Mud. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.